All right. Here we go. I'm Joey, creator of Joey Bags Recovery, and here with me today is Denise. Denise, thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. So, how was your day? Awesome, awesome. I guess I'm gonna start off with my day. My day was really hectic and a little testful, a little really overwhelming day, and kind of like a day that I didn't want to do this podcast, but for people like you that keeps me on my back and keeps me on my P's and Q's, and so I'm here today because people like you. I mean, people probably want to know a little bit about you. What's going on with you in your life today? Awesome, awesome. There, there, there had to
Like that,
be
September being recovery month, it tends to always go into October because there's just so many things to do.
awesome, awesome. So, before you got to that, was there some type of stuff that got you into that? What got you into doing stuff like that for the community?
Well, I'm an alcoholic. That means to me, and this is how I describe it, is what that means to me is I haven't had a substance since May 2nd of 2013. So
2013?
it's a little, yeah, it's a little over 11 years.
Nice. That's awesome. That's real awesome. That's real awesome.
I'll take
Let
that.
the
I'll
crowd let the
take that
crowd
because
clap
it's
for you, you
work.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Um,
work. It really is. But and when I first came, I had quit. I don't know, maybe 50,000 times, but I had 50,000 last drinks. But when I finally did um, come to realize that I needed help because I was an only parent. Um, I was a survivor of domestic violence in my marriage. The police came and removed him from the house. So all of a sudden, it's like me in charge of everything. Um, so I really needed to get the help, and I didn't. I don't have a lot of family that supported me. So when I say I was an only parent, I mean I had no support from anyone, like no one. And my parents are in heaven, so they're not included because they would have supported me. But like, most people don't even realize that I have brothers and sisters and godchildren, and, you know, a lot of cousins and stuff. Um, but they don't believe in addiction or recovery. So
you say they don't believe in that?
no, no, they think if
So they never had any
it's a
type of drug
choice.
use or anything?
I'm sorry,
You said they never had no drug use or anything? Your family?
no,
Wow, amazing. Good
yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Good.
I have three siblings, and they're all biological to my parents, and then I was adopted through foster care, so we don't
You
have the
adopted,
same biology.
what age was you adopted at?
Six.
At 6 years old?
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that has some issues with you becoming an alcoholic?
No, definitely
Hmm.
not that. Because I've gone on to adopt all my daughters. And it was always a celebrated thing in my house. I think if anything, um, I think I was born an alcoholic, to be honest with you, always everything in excess. But I think a lot of it has to do with the domestic violence. You know, it sounds so silly, but at that time it wasn't to me. When you're drinking, It's like when people get into accidents and they're drinking, notice that everyone else gets hurt but the driver because they're intoxicated. When you are getting hit, you go down easier when you're intoxicated. So I really, I think that escalated my alcoholism to the level it became. That for sure.
Okay.
The trauma of all that for sure escalated it. And then not having my family support me. I mean, you know, they disowned me.
When he's going through that domestic violence, when I know some females from what I hear, it becomes like a custom, like an everyday, like a ritual. Like they get used to it. It becomes okay with them. Was that like it became okay with you? It was like normal.
Well, it wasn't. It was never okay. But you know what? You almost kind of like get used to having things done a certain way, or you know you're gonna get in trouble. Or if like it's like somebody telling you, now I'm, you know, you can't really tell from the podcast, but you know, or the camera, but I'm a small person. I'm 5'1.5", 5 feet 1.5 inches, and I weigh 88 pounds. I'm a little person. People don't realize it until they see me how little that I am. They're always shocked actually. But so I'm a little person. So, but if somebody's telling me every single day, Denise, you're fat, you're ugly, no one ever will want you. You're horrible. Don't let anyone. You don't even look up at people. And someone says it every day, every single day, over the course of years. I would be like, I shouldn't eat because I'm fat, because that's what I then saw. It's like the biggest mind game that I can't even tell you. You know, if we went out in public, I would be like this. You know, I
Oh,
would I wouldn't speak unless I was, you know, I only found my voice in recovery. I wasn't allowed to speak um, during that. Yeah, I was
he didn't
100%.
let you speak at all.
Only if I asked his permission.
You had to ask permission.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's
Hmm.
crazy. Well, I'm glad
Yeah.
you're not in that life no more. What I mean, I'm just curious now. What was the last day? What was the last day that you was able to get away from that? What made you go away from that domestic violence abuse relationship?
May '03 of 2005.
What happened? What
Right
happened
there.
that day? What happened that day that you said this is enough? This is enough.
Well, I didn't have a choice. I had already been starting to make like a little plan, talking to like the coalition against domestic violence, but he was choking me up against the wall, and I lost consciousness. And my daughter, my youngest daughter, no, my middle daughter, she called 911 because I was unconscious.
Oh, so he did it. He was doing this in front of the children.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I would I had a special closet in the baby's room, and I had changed the lock to the other way so you can lock it from the inside of the closet. So my one daughter would get the baby and go into the closet and wouldn't come out until I said the word angel, which was the key word. And she can lock it. Yeah.
All right. I guess this is the things that get me about domestic violence, right? And stuff. It reminds me of people that females got kidnapped, and they get like little leeways. They get out, but they always come back. You never had no opportunity to like when you was at Walmart or whatever, and just to get away and stay away. What made you want to come back to the household, even though you knew that there might be a chance that you might get hit, you might something happen, you trouble? What made you always want to come back to the house, even though you know there's danger there?
Well, I never left. I was not even one that left. Um,
You never left the
I
house.
stayed. No. I mean, I left the house, yes, but the miles were checked. I had to go where I was going, and the miles were checked in the car.
Yeah,
Um,
but I'm saying that right there at that time, you had your own little leeway to get you was away from him. What made you not want to check miles? What made you want to keep checking miles and making going back home? Why didn't you just stop checking miles and get away? Like that's the thing. Is it? That's what I'm trying. I know. I'm trying to figure out, and I want to know. Like I just get. I don't get it. Is it like is it a
no, I
mental thing
understand,
or what
and a
was it?
lot of people don't understand it because you're not
Yeah.
in the situation. But domestic violence is really a matter of control. It's one person trying to control another. Because there are a lot of men who are victims too. So I don't want to make it just women, but for
Yeah.
me, myself, um, he controlled the money. I didn't have any way to get a penny. I got an allowance every day. So I didn't have any money. I knew he would come and go. The only place I can go is to family, and then he would come and make a scene there. And I didn't want to do that to my family. And I was programmed to think it's what I deserve. Like if dinner wasn't what if he wanted to go to the best example I can give, um, on one weekend he wanted to go to the beach and he wanted a nice picnic and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I got everything. Okay, all right, I'm all ready. Woke up in the morning and started to rain. My heart started beating because I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be my fault. And of course, it was my fault. Everything's my fault. But you're programmed. You're told every day that you are so beneath anyone, that you are not deserving of anything. That if I were to go out on my own, that people would hate me. I'm ugly. I'm fat. No one would ever talk to me. I have no voice. I was only allowed to work certain places. A lot of times he would come in, or you see him outside, and people say, "You know, your husband's driving you around." I'm like, "I know, I know." So like, if someone comes to talk to me, like, "Don't talk to me. Get away from me." But you stay because you're afraid to leave, and you're programmed to stay. Especially when there's kids involved, you're programmed to stay. I don't know what would happen if my daughter didn't call that day. Um, I'll never know. But I thank God she had the strength. But once that happened, at no time did I even have a conversation of thinking about him coming back in. He never resumed. He never came into the house ever again, not even to get his things. So once he was out, I
That's
really
awesome.
pursued him never coming back in.
I
Yeah.
know after I made this announcement that I did a podcast with a domestic violence survivor. There's probably gonna be a lot of domestic people that are going to domestic violence probably gonna end up tuning in. So with that being said, that first day it was out. What happened that day? Like when you first got away, what was going through your mind? Like I'm free.
No. Well, first I was really badly bruised and I'm used to hiding it. So like what I always thought was really odd is that like my neighbors, um, even like in summer, wouldn't realize like why is she wearing a turtleneck? Like nobody ever questioned me. It's like everybody knew, but nobody wanted to say anything because he's the fun guy. He's the great guy. So I didn't celebrate it. I was, you know, badly injured. I was in my fourth nose. I have tubes in my nose to make tear ducts for my eyes. They had to be made. Um, I have a lot of healed over fractures because I was never allowed to go to the hospital. Um, so what I did is I called the police. I finally got a nice police officer because the police had been to my house 39 times and nothing. So this time they had to take him because he was calling after I was unconscious. So I woke up and I went to the hospital. And then the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, which there is one in every single county in New York, um, they kind of held me up. I had to go to court. They held me up. The judge asked what happened. I told him. They asked me if I had any other pictures or clothes. And I had saved all of my bloody clothes and put them in a bag because I didn't want anyone to see them. I hid them out of shame, but it ended up being the best source of evidence for me. And I found out then that he was using cocaine. I had no idea because they drug tested him, and they just got me. They helped me through it, and the police assured me that I have one of the first lifetime orders of criminal protection. So I haven't even seen him. I see him at maybe graduations.
Um,
That's it. Yeah.
I gotta ask you this question because just from hearing stories from my time in being in this world, I hear that people get away, females get away, and they get away, and they have a choice at that time, but they always end up coming back to that man, and they know it's gonna be danger. Um, at any given point, did you feel like you wanted to go back and give it a chance? Like, And like, do you get that like little feeling to go back, or you knew it was over? You broke out, it was gone. You know,
That was it. I did it for
it
15
was
years.
it.
Yep. And I had just
Um,
adopted my youngest daughter. She was a couple months old, and I just signed his name and everything. I was just like, I remember the first time like the lawyer called about a divorce because I put in for divorce right away. Um, and he's like, "Well, I'll give back the baby then." I mean, like, when you take the control away, they start to kind of fall apart a little themselves. And he was arrested for breaking the order
can
of
you can you
protection.
can you say that again? What you when you take the control away from what? From him?
Hmm.
From the domestic guy?
Yeah,
They start falling
yeah,
apart themselves.
yeah. He didn't know what to do. He was like, that's why he kept on, like, when they would, he'd show up and I'd call the police. So he's at the door, and they'd come and arrest him, or he's here, he's calling. Um, and I would tell him, you're just going to keep getting arrested. He's like, well, I don't understand. I said, I know you don't because it's not your rules. So you don't understand. And I would tell the
Yeah,
sheriff that. I'd be like, you're going to arrest him a lot because it's going to take a lot for him to understand that he doesn't get to tell me what to do anymore. So they had to change my phone number, and police always were around, checking my house and stuff. And I had to be very, very careful. But he got arrested countless times. Um, I didn't feel I had panic buttons right to the sheriff's department in every single room of my house. I had my dog, um, and I slept with the kids in one room. I put us all together, and that's how we slept for, I'd say, about the first 9 months. So, yeah.
well, so like I said, like I know a lot of people are going to tune in on this because there's a lot of this stuff going around in the world. I want to back up a little bit, and I want to ask you, do like just for like warning signs for when if people are just getting in a
Well,
relationship, right?
there are a lot of warning
So,
signs.
like I know, but in the beginning though, like when you first met this guy, it was all peaches and cream. You guys were happy because you get right.
Oh
You guys
yeah.
were happy. You guys were
He
happy
was the
going
best.
out to eat, having fun.
Oh yeah, fancy everything, so nice.
The
He's
first
very
night, the
nice.
first night that was what tipped him off to start hitting you.
Oh, I don't know. Um, that I'll never know because that's not a me thing. That's a him thing. I don't take ownership for that. But I do believe the control thing started to happen when he got pressure from his family because I couldn't have biological children,
Oh,
and I that was a thing that then he couldn't control. So that was the first thing. Um, he didn't have a very supportive family. His family's just very angry people, very angry people. Um, never really, I never really connected with them. Um, but and once he got away with one thing, then it's an invitation for another, and another, and another, and then things would just get more intense, and it would take less. Um, I have to hurry up and get the mail because God forbid there was something in the mail that he shouldn't see. I don't know, anything. I hurry up home from work. I make sure I look all right and everything. It's a lifestyle. But a lot of the warning signs, I would say now, looking back, would be how suddenly it was like he would talk for me all of a sudden. That would have been a sign to me that he was trying to control my words because he would answer like for me. Um, Also, other things like he would like tell me, I don't want you wearing this or I want you to wear that. I'm like, where'd that come from? He's like, oh, well, it just looks good on you. I'm like, okay,
how
whatever.
long in the relationship did this start? Years, or like right away?
No, at least it didn't really start till like the third year. We
30
had
years.
3 great, really years, you know, and to this day, I know that he doesn't admit to everything, but for the things that he does admit to, I mean, you know, because I always said, you have daughters. Do you want your daughter? What would you do if someone did this to your daughters? And he's like, I'm good.
Right.
I'm like, well, yeah, which is why, they're not very close or anything. He never paid child support. And that's something that I've accepted because they're my kids. You know, he may have all the money. He's a really wealthy guy, has a few houses and stuff. Good for him. Um, but I got the kids. I got their life. So I'm the one who kind of got the most fortunate out of it. But the one thing I will say, which taught me how to look at people a little differently, and that kind of ties in with recovery, is I know that people knew and they never said anything. I knew that,
People knew what was happening, but they never said nothing.
nope. And they knew it. They saw it. Especially in summer. Summer, it's so much harder to hide. Um, Especially if you go to a beach and, I'm wearing a turtleneck. Why?
Yeah.
Not even, Denise, are you hot? Nothing. Where'd you get that? How'd you break your nose? Oh, I tripped, right? And he'd be like, yeah, I said you tripped. Okay. So that I think really changed my perception with people is people know,
Wow.
and now they have
Wow.
code signals too. Like if I have, okay, let me get a black pen here. This, oh, big box. If you are a victim and you go and you're in public, if you go like this and you have a black dot in your hand, that means help me. I'm with my abuser. And a lot of people don't know that.
A black dot on your hand, like this.
Mm-hmm.
It means I'm
In the
with my
middle.
abusive, right in the
I'm
middle.
with my abuser. Yep.
Okay, cool. Nice to go.
Because you
Nice to
keep your
know.
hand like this and you just go like this. I've done it. Yep.
Okay, good,
Mm-hmm.
good, good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so basically, it's gotta be some recovery there. How many years or months did it take for you, like, you really don't like that life was over? Like, you felt like you can start getting back into swing of things and having your life. Did it feel weird to have like a life of yours, like your own life?
It felt
Because you're right.
it felt
Today
like
you're a happy person. You're giving back to the community. You're like, go, 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 go.
and
You know
now
what I
I don't
mean?
stop talking. I just say anything I want.
Yeah.
I know everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so talkative," and I'm like, "Yeah, there was a time I wasn't allowed to speak." They're like, "What? You? No way!" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." hmm But the difference is, I'm very good at self-defense today. Very good at it.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So,
But
so how long
it
did it
took a
take?
long
How long did
time.
it take to
No,
like you
it took
start
a
feeling
long
that?
time. It took a long time because I was still dealing with alcoholism, and until I reached recovery, that's the that's when I started to really realize that none of it was my fault. Um, that I was actually brave for never allowing us to even try to reconnect. That was it. It was done. I just needed him out, and I would never be. And I said when I woke up in the hospital, that I will never be touched by that man again, ever, ever. That was my statement to the police. I will never.
So,
And But it wasn't until I was in recovery that I really found out who I was because I was controlled for so long. I had no idea who I was. But it was a lot of pressure because food, mom, a house, mom, clothes, mom, school, mom. 3 daughters, no child support.
all during the process of recovering,
And
you never let the kids go.
while I'm going through recovery, yeah. I drank at the beginning, you know, but
Just quick question. Has the kids had to go through any type of therapy or any type of counseling because of this? Yeah,
absolutely. I had them in counseling immediately. Um,
yeah.
Except the baby, she was too young. But when she turned double digits, when they're 10, that's happy birthday. You get your own counselor. And
I mean,
it's
it's
true.
good stuff, man. Yeah.
Because you know what I say? There are things that are going to come up in your life that you're even going to get mad at me at. Like, Mom, my mother was this or that. I'm giving you an avenue to talk about it and learn how to deal with it. And it's not for you to have to share with me. That's for you. And I know for the daughter that called the police that night, um, she needed the most help. She is in therapy to this very day, and this was 2005. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but they don't have a real, I mean, he's like a Disneyland father, he just, I don't know, give him $1,000 Christmas.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry that kids went through that, but I'm happy that you're living your life now. And the next part, what I wanted to get into about what you're doing for the community now and what you're doing for these people out there that's struggling, still sick and suffering. And because I want to tell you your story because I know your story like crazy, like a lot of it, and I brag about you. And I tell these people I can't wait till I get to your level before I can be out there and do the same thing you're doing because it's like I want to. I'm so close to it, but I still got a lot to learn because
It's okay.
although I have all that love, I got care for these people. There's laws, there's rules, and there's some things you got to go through. But this is what we got you here for to explain the next chapter of your life. So go ahead, blur it all out.
Yeah. So, it really all started when, um, my AA sponsor, I belong to I got sober a lot in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. My sponsor told me I had to go volunteer at this event and clean up the garbage. I'm like, okay, because I said I'd do anything. Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Garbage bags were bigger than I was, but I did it. I met the people from Long Island Recovery Associates at the event. It was the opening of a recovery center, the first of its kind here on Long Island. And um, they just saw this person who's I was still kind of shy and stuff like that. Um, and then they said, "We need you tomorrow. We need you to come back." I'm like, that's how I stole cocaine.
Yes.
And yeah, and I went back, and it just seemed like every day they wanted something else. But then I realized, I'm like, everyone knew my name all of a sudden, and I started like having coffee with them. And for work, I did private adoption at the time, so I worked a lot with like newborns and the court and stuff. But I loved what I saw, and they really took me under their wing. So I won a scholarship to become a certified peer recovery advocate. And I said, great, my God, of course. So I did that. And as soon as I did the training, I said, all right, I'll take the state test. I took the state test and I passed. It's just a pass or fail. And I quit my job right away as soon as I passed that test. Yep.
Just like that.
I'm out the same day. I'm out. Yep. I said, you know, things will be a little tighter, but um, this is just something I felt in my heart and that I had to do. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I had family and I had purpose. Like people believed in me. So once I did that certification, I'm like, well, what can I do now? And I started searching. I'm like, oh, I could become a CARC, a certified recovery um, advocate. I can become a coach. Then I decided I wanted to be a peer specialist. Then I decided I wanted to get mental health certified. Then I wanted to get um, emergency room certified. I have like 12 certifications now. Um, and I've never paid for one. I'm happy to say. I've never paid for one.
Pay attention to that, guys. Pay
Yeah.
attention to that. Not paid for one.
Yes.
There's no excuses.
There
There's
are
no
scholarships.
excuses in the world to be successful.
No, I'm lucky enough now as being a board member that I'm able to suggest people to receive scholarships twice a year. So I've had clients that have done so well. I've been like, you want to do what I do? You would be great at it. And I'll give them a scholarship, and now they're in the business. I see them at events, and it's amazing, you know.
Nice.
But the more I the more I did, the more I got involved in the community and heard other people's stories, um, the more I just wanted to be a part of it. And, Lyra allowed me to have my voice. I know I went to Albany all of a sudden. I'm going to the state capitol and I'm talking to these senators, and I'm like, I have a voice. Who is this person in the mirror? I didn't even know who it was anymore. But I'm like, well, I like her, and I brought my kids so they can see it. And you know, it it just and then it went to I went to the recovery conference for the entire country in DC. I went to the Capitol Bowl. I was like, oh, that was a little unnerving, but on the Capitol floor. But they know me now, which is a really good thing. And I just love every time. And this is the bad part, but I stopped at 250 funerals, um, because it just takes so much. So after I attended 250 funerals, I said I'm not going anymore. Um, I can't. I can only do it on a case by case basis because it's just too much. Um,
Yeah, I can understand that.
yeah, but for every loss, it makes me think, okay, what happened? I try to relive their tracks. What happened? What could have been done? What could have been, wrong? So then it made me thought, well, maybe I can help the families. So I got certified in the families. And I used to work in adoption, so I'm a paralegal. So I'm like, oh, let me see if I can work in the court. So I got approved by my local court in Suffolk County. They call me in as a advocate when they have somebody. So that's cool. I like that. I love going to court. I'm always in contempt of court, but it's okay because I talk too much. Yeah, but you know what? I'm the lucky one because I get to work. I mean, you know, I get to give showers to people who are homeless. I don't care if they're using. I don't go and ask them.
when you
I don't
when you
ask
just said
anything.
you said showers, right? You said showers, but people listening are not gonna know what you're talking about showers. Can you elaborate on the shower part?
Yeah. So there's a lot of hidden gems, I like to call them, hidden gems that I didn't even know about. One of them is an organization that they now have two trucks, but they have a mobile shower unit. It has four showers, four changing rooms, two sinks, a nice vanity, put flowers around it, um, and storage for toiletries, clothing. Um, if I can get fruit, I like to give out fruit. Everyone loves fruit. I don't know why, but it's great. It's healthy. Um, and I can get it for free. But we literally drive around to different homeless areas and work with the churches in providing these showers for people who, in many times, live in the woods on Long Island, at least. They're in the woods. So I build trust with them. I go in there. I go in the woods. I'm like, I'm
You go
here.
into the woods.
Yeah, well, they have to know I'm here, and they have to know I'm not the police because that's the first thing they like. Are you the police? I'm like, do I look like the police? No, child, I'm not the police. No, no. But I'll go in, and you know what? I have very thick sneakers because yeah, I'll walk over needles. I'm not going to judge them.
Yeah.
I don't say anything. The only thing I care about is, hey, do you want to take a nice hot shower? Or when we had the really heat wave, would you like a nice cold shower, some shampoo? I got some lotions, nice shirt, I have underwear. Come on, let's freshen up a little bit.
Nice.
And if they say no, I say, okay, well, just come and talk to me then, because I need to learn more Spanish. You need to help me. Come help me. Yeah, so I would come in, and then I would kind of be like, ooh, I got these nice new tank tops, and they're so cool. You want to see one? And then they'd be like, yeah, okay. And they'd be like, oh, okay. You could shower and put it on. Just saying.
Yeah. Go shower
Yeah,
and put
that's
it on.
my thing. Oh, here she comes. She's not the police. She's not the police, but here she comes. They call me Sparky
Your name is Sparky?
on the street. On the street. Because I always know. I come with a smile, and I'm always like, how can I help you today? We all woke up today. We have something in common. We woke up, we're alive. Let's do something.
Yeah.
I'll put music on, anything it takes for them just to know that you're a human being just like me. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than you. My circumstances have gotten better in my life, but I'm not better than you. I've never gotten a DWI. Does that mean I haven't driven drunk? All the time. And what's worse is I did it with my kids in the car.
um,
Yeah, I just didn't get caught. That's the only difference. They got caught. I didn't. And I make
yeah.
sure they know that. I'm on the same level as you, honey. I
That's
just
right. That's
didn't
right.
get caught. That's it. And they need that. My job, when you think about it as a whole, no matter what service I offer, and I have a surprise to tell you about, but I knew no matter what I have to offer people, the number one most important thing in life that I can give to them is that they are as worthy as I am. Self-worth is something that was taken away during domestic violence. Then it was taken away by alcohol. I only got it back in recovery, and I give that to people. I have worthy tattooed over here, and I got it for a client who was crying. I was in Washington. She was crying to me on the phone. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm like, I am so sick of this. I said, I'm going to get a tattoo and show it to you right now. And I did it with her on the phone on FaceTime. And she's like, you're crazy. I said, and you're alive today. There you go. There you go. Right. First tattoo at 40 years old. Yeah. And now I have a lot. But self-worth, Joey. Self-worth.
Nice, 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 nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Self-worth
man,
is
that was
is
really great. I think a lot of people. I'm gonna advertise this a lot. I'm gonna go out there and do a little extra advertising because I think a lot of females and males too, because it goes the males that go through domestic violence too also.
a lot.
But you are a warrior. You are a hero. You are an amazing person, and I'm so glad was able to do this podcast today because I know it's gonna help out a lot of people that's in this situation know the
I have a
steps
surprise
and
for
know
you.
what they got to do to get out of it, and it also let them know that there's still a whole lot more in life, man, to live,
I've only listen.
even after
I'm
domestic violence.
58 and I'm dating. I'm 58 and dating. Okay, and I'm having the time of my life. Yeah.
Let's get a real one. Let's get a real clap here. Let's get a clap here. This is a little extra. Let's get a little extra. We need a little extra.
And I won
Let's go.
2024 Peer of the Year award
You want? Can you say
for
that
New
again?
York State. I won 2024 Peer of the Year, New York State.
Peer of the Year award
Hmm.
for New York State.
Yeah,
Awesome,
that's
awesome,
me.
awesome, awesome. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, you pretty much killed it. I mean, it's not for me. I don't have no more questions for you, but
But I have a
can you let the
surprise for
people know?
you.
Can you let the people know if they want to get a hold of you? Can you let the
Okay.
people know is there an email they can get a hold of you at?
Yeah, yeah, I'll give that to you. But before I do, I want to give you a surprise.
Yeah, give me the surprise.
Okay. So, just today, a bill was passed that we in the recovery community and mental health community are going to be able to get more funding and more housing through Medicaid. Medicaid has been given the money to pay for housing.
Woo! That's blood.
It starts January
Nice. How'd you
1st.
find that out? How'd you find that out?
Yeah,
Oh,
little birdie.
little birdie, little birdie.
Hey, listen, every time I talk to somebody, I get their card, right? And then I write on the back, they have a son this age, and this is the year. I keep tabs, and I make sure that I keep in touch with everybody because I
Yes, of
never
course.
know if I need a referral. And I
Yeah,
always allow people to contact me because I may be their referral.
that's
But a
right.
little birdie told me it starts January
You're my
1st.
you're my
20.
referral.
But yeah, anyone can always reach out to me. I am on Facebook, Denise Alba. I don't have a fancy name, Denise Alba, ALBA. You can Google me. You get my number, Denise Alba, through Facebook. They can, like
TikTok.
I said, my number's on there. My number's on there.
What on TikTok? How can they get a hold of you on TikTok?
Is my name on TikTok? I think if you search Denise Alba, yeah, I come up too. Just Denise Alba. I'm very simple. I never change it.
I knew what it was. I just want to see if you knew it.
I think it's Denise Kindness, right?
I'm not saying
Denise
it's an
Kindness.
age thing. You go through a lot every day.
Yeah, but yeah, but that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Moving
It's a
and
good
grooving.
thing.
You gotta move.
All right. Yes. Well, let's wrap this up, man. That was great. If you guys have any more comments, leave a comment in the comments section. Denise will definitely go look and answer all your questions. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe today. There's plenty more podcasts that's coming here. It's going to help some people out. We love you. Stay blessed. Remember to pray. God loves you. I love you. Talk to you later.